We're looking today at Hebrews chapter 7, verses 1 through 10. The author is going on, he's going to explain a little bit about this Melchizedek he's been talking about, and specifically the image or symbolism that Melchizedek bears to Jesus Christ. So he starts off and he gives us a little bit about who this Melchizedek was. This is Hebrews 7, verses 1 through 10. For this Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High God, who met Abraham as he was returning from the slaughter of the kings, and blessed him, to whom also Abraham apportioned a tenth of all the spoils, this Melchizedek was, first of all, by the translation of his name, King of Righteousness, and then also King of Salem, which is King of Peace, without father, without mother, without genealogy, having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but made like the Son of God, he remains a priest perpetually. Now observe how great this man was, to whom Abraham, the patriarch, gave a tenth of the choicest spoils. And those indeed of the sons of Levi who receive the priest office have a commandment in the law to collect a tenth from the people, that is, from their brethren, although these are descended from Abraham. But the one whose genealogy is not traced from them collected a tenth from Abraham, and blessed the one who had the promises. But without any dispute, the lesser is blessed by the greater. In this case, mortal men receive tithes, but in that case one receives them, of whom it is witnessed that he lives on. And so to speak, through Abraham, even Levi, who received tithes, paid tithes, for he was still in the loins of his father when Melchizedek met him. Abraham had gone off to rescue his kinsman Lot when he had been captured by some invading kings. And when they were on the way back from rescuing Lot and killing the kings, he and his allies met this Melchizedek, who blessed him, and Abraham gave him a tithe or a tenth of the spoils. And so the author of Hebrews is making kind of trying to make a point here. Melchizedek is not recorded who his parents were, if he had any children, where he was born, when he died. He's there as a priest of the Most High God. Uh, his name is symbolic, King of Righteousness. His position, King of Peace. Salem, the town Salem, means peace, and so he's making Melchizedek, or showing Melchizedek as an image, a foreshadowing of who this Jesus that we worship would be. And the fact that in the Psalms God records that I will make you a priest forever according to the order of Melchizedek, according to the type of priest Melchizedek is. He's unfolding what that mystery means here, that he is greater than Abraham. Uh, he's greater than the priest. This would be a big deal in a Jewish society, that someone is even greater than the priest, to whom the priest must submit, greater than Abraham, who is the father of them all, and the father of their faith, and that he, pointing out that Melchizedek blessed Abraham, that this receiving of a blessing in the culture of the day, the lesser person in status, in standing, received a blessing from the greater person in status and standing. Frequently, this would be a parent would bless a child. We see this a number of times there. But he's pointing out that Jesus has a different priesthood than the Aaronic priesthood that came later, and that this priesthood supersedes and is superior to the Aaronic priesthood, that the reception of tithes was given to this priest, Melchizedek, and so the priesthood is superior, given by Abraham, and he uses this, way of speaking. Even Levi paid tithes because he was still in his father's loins. That is, uh, his ancestors had not yet been born to Abraham, and so he was still uh, doing whatever his father was doing uh, there. I don't think he's claiming that the person Melchizedek that physically met and blessed Abraham continued eternal, that he just appeared on the scene without uh, father, mother, but it's just not recorded. Uh, that's a matter of interpretation. Other people can interpret it. Maybe this was Jesus himself appearing in a physical form. You could make that argument just as well. It doesn't make that much difference to the Old Testament story. But the point is here that Melchizedek symbolizes who Jesus Christ is, that he is our high priest. He's greater than the Aaronic priest. He is uh, a priesthood that is outside the Aaronic line and is superior to that and superior to even Abraham. This is going to play a big part in how he goes on with explaining the role of Jesus and the standing of Jesus in our lives. So uh, the point is, Jesus is greater. Jesus is greater than the Aaronic line. Jesus is greater than Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, the prophets. Jesus is greater because he is the Son of God.